Hey everybody, welcome to a relatively short video series on the first-person body and body awareness features that were recently added to NeoFPS. In this series, I'm going to go through the main component parts that make up the first-person body features, along with the three different styles of first-person body that we have, which is the full body, which contains the arms, as well as the torso and the legs, the legs and torso only version, where the arms are part of the weapon, and then a split rig version, where the arms are part of the character, and then the weapon is separate to that. Now, we're not going to do a full run through of how to create each of those different character types. I don't have time to build a tutorial series like that, because it is quite a time-consuming process. But instead, I'm going to explain all of the different parts, the important elements that you'll find in the character hierarchies and things like that. And hopefully you should come away with a good enough understanding of how to apply it to your own characters. So first up, let's have a quick look at NeoFPS in its current state. So we have here in NeoFPS samples, single player, scenes, feature demos, the first person body demo. And the first thing that you'll notice when we actually hit play is we'll get a little pop-up. Here we go. Demo requires third-party animation assets. For more information, check the Unity package and read me in the demo folder. So yeah, as you can see, nothing here, no legs, nada. Okay, so let's just jump out of this. So essentially, in order to show off the first-person body features, we need character animations. Now, I've been through a number of the different free options out there, like Mixamo or the kind of motion packs that are available on the store from Unity themselves. And I wasn't able to put together anything that actually had the required animations to show all of this off. So instead, I've been through, checked a number of paid animation pack assets. The ones that were most complete and that enabled me to put together a demo that was kind of relatively drop in and use were the Kobold, where are we at? Movement anim set and rifle anim set. So these are them on the store. They are a little bit pricey. But they're frequently in sales. They've also been in a number of bundles and a number of flash deals and things like that. So a lot of the people who've been using Unity for a little while will probably have one or both of these already. So yeah, it's unfortunate that you need to use a paid asset to check the actual demos, but it's not a requirement to actually use the features themselves. It's just purely for me to have something that you can put together and immediately play. I will be attempting to add my own animations in the future, but it's going to take me a little while to do that because essentially I'm all booked up on code features and things like that, and I can't afford to hire an animator to do essentially quite a large animation set to achieve this. So anyway, here we are with the actual demo scene set up. So the first thing we need to do to actually install the demos and the Kobold packs is to head to the asset store. No, package manager, that's the one. Asset store is too old. My assets, and we will do a quick search for Kobold. And that found nothing. Okay, and I'm set. Here we go. So we have Movement Anim Set Pro. Let's just squanch this down a little bit. So this is already downloaded up to date. And we have the Rifle Anim Set Pro. So if I hit import on this, we'll decompress the Unity package and show us the contents. So here we are, this is the contents of the asset itself. And the only thing that we actually need here is the animations folder. So if I were to go through and just disable all of these, if you don't do this now and you just import as is, I think you'll get build errors on import because it requires Playmaker for some of the scripts that are in here. So it's easiest just to say we only want the animations right now. So with that down to just the animation folder, we just hit import and let it do its thing. So that's that, that's already in. And let's do the same for the rifle anim set. So here we go, animations folder again, we want that. We just want to disable everything else. There we go. And import that as well. Cool. So if we go back to the project folder, Then here we have Movement Anim Set Pro. Here we have Rifle Anim Set Pro. Now I'm just going to move these quickly into a separate folder, just so they're a bit out of the way. And now, with that done, we can expand back out NeoFPS again. Go back to that demo folder that we have here, and in here we have this Unity package, First Person Body Kobold Demo Assets. So if I was just to extract this, all it is the character prefab, one without the arms, and then the character animation controller. So we hit import, and that should be all that's required. We just need to go into the scene here where we have simple spawner and game mode, and in the Kobold folder here, you can drop in the Kobold full body character. Now the other thing that I'll do is on this spawner here, I'll switch off the show message option here. This is the pop-up that you see on start. So without this, it just means that we will go straight into play mode. So let's have a look. And here we go. We have the full body character using Kobold's animation pack. So we can run around, can slide, can walk, can jump, and so on and so forth. Now I have had a few customers that have gone through that process and have found that their animation controller here, the Kobold one, was missing the, let's just go in and have a look at one of these, was missing the actual Kobold animations. So here, for example, these would be set to missing or none. I'm not sure why that is, whether that's a version mismatch or something like that. But essentially in an upcoming update, start of July I would think, I'll be releasing an update which will also include this animation override controller, which I've added. So I've added essentially stub animation clips to all of the different parts of the animator controller for the template. And then there will be this animator override controller here, which is currently not set up. And there'll be another one in the Kobold folder, which will have the clips put in. But it just helps you identify all the different animations that are required. Some of them, for example, slides here, and the falling and falling crouch, those are included with NeoFPS. They're very simplistic, they're just poses, essentially, maybe with a little bit of a loop. But they're something that I couldn't find in any of the animation packs, so I just had to knock out rough versions to be able to demo it. So anyway, come July, you should be able to use the animation overrides instead of having to just rely entirely on Unity to import the package, tie everything together, and not mess things up. In the next video, we'll take a quick look at the animator controller setup that we're using for the demos, and then video 3, we'll take a quick look at the motion graph that we're using for them. They are relatively important because the motion graph tells the character body what animations to play, and then the animator controller obviously has the different blend trees and things like that. However, those videos aren't compulsory. Like if you're willing just to use the demo ones, then you don't necessarily need to understand them. And you can skip straight ahead to videos 4, 5, and 6, which will be the different character body types. So anyway, I will see you in the animator controller video. Thanks.